So, Brooks, we kind of hinted at it last episode, but we're picking dog of the day again, and thankfully for you, you get to go first again.
Yippee! I'm so happy to go first again. I love going first.
Yeah, so we're going to get into that, but first, we got a lot of NFL games to preview for this upcoming weekend.
Welcome to the greatest podcast on earth, Nothing Agreed. We have a great show for you tonight, so stay tuned and buckle up.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Nothing Agreed. Back with the boys today. B-Dub and I. How we doing? I know you're doing horrible, but how we doing?
Not good.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. If you guys are also well aware that Baron is Phillies fan, so this is not a good week for him. This was a great week for everyone who is a normal fan who just likes normal stuff. But for Baron, who's a Philly fan, it wasn't a good week. So, yeah. Should we start right there? Should we start with the Eagles and Giants? 34, 17?
I feel like you don't want to talk about what was it, Jaguars Chiefs first?
Oh, Monday Night Football. We can touch up on some Monday Night Football.
We never talked about it.
I mean, we can talk about it for like 30 seconds. Give me a 15-second elevator pitch on the Jaguars Chiefs. Boom. There's a business word for you.
It's the Trevor Lawrence kind of showcasing himself game, in my opinion. Stepped up on the biggest stage, went toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes, and brought out what it took for the Jaguars to win. The offense looks a lot better, and that defense is very legit. So, yeah. And Chiefs starting to look like it's getting to be panic time. Probably not, but 2-3. It's time to do something. The rest of your divisions, not rest of it, but two other teams in your division are winning. So, well, I guess not anymore. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting spot for them.
31-second elevator pitch. There we go.
That's typical.
I'll do a 31-second elevator pitch then. This was the Trevor Lawrence showcase game. Shout out Duval, baby. Everyone was making fun of them. Now they're 4-1. And they are going to play we'll get into that game, but they're playing the Seahawks this week. And I think that's a true test of if they're actually a true 4-1 team. Now we look at the other side, the Kansas City Chiefs. They go play on Sunday Night Football, and Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. Don't count this team out yet because I like what they can do, especially with a healthy core.
All right.
There we go. Thursday Night Football. I could just give you the floor and we could do the whole episode in Thursday Night Football, according to you.
I don't want to do that though.
Do you want to talk about it, or do you want to move swiftly on and try to forget it?
Well, there's not much to say other than, all right, fine. Let's do it. Talk about defense first. Obviously, I'm just going to address what everyone's been saying online on the internet, all the immediate reactions and everything. We don't have our two best defensive linemen. Jalen Carter didn't play. Nolan Smith's been on IR, so the criticism that we have zero pass rush it's fair. We don't have the depth that we have last year, but again, we're without our top two guys, so I get it's frustrating to watch Jackson Dart dance around the pocket like he did for the entire game last night, but when you don't have those guys, that's what it's going to look like. And then on the other side, the run game, Jalen Carter is arguably a top 5 defensive tackle in the league. We can't sit here and say that he's not. So just not having him there in the middle, that opens up a lot. Linebackers did not play great. I actually think he got activated this week, and I think he actually probably should have played a lot more. Nakobe Dean was not seen in the game, from my eyes at least. I don't know if he ever got in, but I didn't see any snaps, and I thought he would have been good in some limited plays. But the real problem on that defense is the secondary. Keely Ringo and Dory Jackson, they're terrible. There's no other way to say it. Every time Jackson Dart threw the ball to his receiver, there was like 5 yards of separation, and you saw 7 or 8 running for their life behind them. So it's not you can't win with that. So if Quinyon Mitchell is out for suspended time, it's not going to be good. I'm just going to say how it is. It's not going to be good unless they can bring in some guy that's better than those two. I know they traded for Jacorian Bennett in the offseason, but he's on IR right now. So what's that going to do? Cooper DeJean's I mean, he's not the greatest man guy, but he's honestly probably going to have to play outside corner at this point because those two are just awful. And offense side of the ball, I mean, there's really not much to say. Get rid of the offensive coordinator. Like, he's terrible.
We've said it week after week,
and I'm gonna keep saying it week after week. He's terrible.
We don't need to go too much into it.
He's awful.
Like,
I will say Jalen Hurts did not play great. He did have a bad game. I'll sit here and admit that. The overthrow to Devontae Smith was not his best, and it's frustrating because he usually doesn't miss that throw. So that was really hard to watch in the moment. And the interception, that was just not a great play. I know everyone's like, oh, he was looking at his first read, but like that was a timing throw. That's kind of what you're supposed to do on that play, even though A.J. Brown was wide open for a touchdown. But, I mean, that's how that play's designed. He's supposed to throw that out route on time, and he threw it like he was throwing it to A.J. Brown, and John Dotson's not a go-up-and-get-it guy. So, yeah, the defender got back in the way of the ball. It wasn't wide enough and took it almost back to the other end zone. So it was not a great throw. But the criticism that's the biggest thing to me is now that he had a bad game and we lost, now everyone's coming out of the woodwork to say he's terrible, which is ridiculous because every quarterback has a bad game and they lose. I mean, look at Josh Allen. They lost this season. Granted, he didn't have a bad game, but look at Patrick Mahomes. He's had bad games and they've lost. Look at Lamar Jackson. Look at Joe Burrow. So, I mean, the list goes on and on. So it's kind of crazy to me how he has to play perfect to be seen as this good quarterback. But that's besides the point. The main problem on offense is the offensive coordinator. Because
you got it.
Yeah, it's terrible. So
I
can break down. I mean, tell me how do you run two running plays out of the shotgun formation within your own 5-yard line, down 13 points at the end of the third quarter? Is that smart football to you?
It can be. It depends how you draw up the blocking schemes. I don't think it's a bad idea.
It's a terrible idea. You're right. It's not a bad idea. It's a terrible idea. You're going to the fourth quarter.
Let's foot stamp it.
You're down 13 points.
For the sake of Kevin Patullo's job, let's foot stamp it. And I know you don't want to hear that, but we know how much you hate Kevin Patullo. We got it.
Oh, it's not just me.
Let's flip it to the other side of the screen.
That's fair. Yeah.
You have Cam Scatterbo, 3 touchdowns, running over people. How about that? I mean, that's a running back right there. And what I saw on Twitter as well, let me know if you agree or not. Somebody said Jackson Dart's rookie year looks like Josh Allen's rookie year. And then, like, you like the people come out the woodworks for the Eagles games. Now people are coming out the woodworks for the Giants.
Because they have something to be excited about for once. I mean, I would be too.
They beat the Eagles. Yeah. They knocked off the Chargers. They did lose to the Saints, and I feel like people are just kind of glossing over that a little bit. But Jackson Dart has been, for a rookie quarterback, and what we've seen some rookie quarterback struggles at least, he has looked like that one kind of promising guy to actually kind of deliver a little more. There are some guys like Cam Ward who I'd say who have those flashes, but he's just on a horrible, horrible, horrible team. And Jackson Dart is making some plays. So maybe
I mean, he's just doing everything right. He's not turning. I mean, you saw in their loss to the Saints, the team had 5 turnovers. Like, you're never gonna win. Wow. As long as they don't do that and let their defense play well. I mean, that's kind of what I said back when they said they should start him, is just play ground and pound football, and it's gonna be good. I mean, if my big takeaway from last night's game is one of these teams is going to the playoffs and the other one isn't, and it's not who you think it is. So I would be pretty excited if I was a Giants fan right now. And if I'm a Philadelphia fan, I'm very angry because I don't think the season's going to turn out to be a good one. So, but we can move on. There's another Euro game this weekend.
Euro games, you know what Europe games mean? Fun chaos 9:30 fantasy football lineups that screw me over. Broncos, Jets, 2 teams where one is rising and looking to go to 4-2. The other one's trying to get their first win of the season in London. They might be playing in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
Where do you have this one headed? 6.5 spread. Broncos cover.
Yeah, probably.
That makes sense. I mean, you're talking about a New York Jets team, which, let's be honest, out of all the teams that are really bad, the New York Jets being 0-5 kind of feels the weirdest. Like, you would probably guess that the Saints or the Titans are going to be the 0-5 team. And even the Jets are 0-5. It feels like people are like, the Jets are 0-5. That's not good. Whatever. Because they've shown that they can win football games. They've shown those glimpses. So,
Well, I think the difference is for the Saints and the Vikings, or not the Vikings, the Saints and the Titans, is their defensive units aren't terrible like the Jets are. So when you have a bad offense and a bad defense and a bad special teams, I mean, you're just going to get outplayed on every aspect of the game. And if you're getting outplayed in every aspect of the game, you're not going to win it. So I think that speaks most to it. Again, until the Jets can prove to me and to everyone else that they are a capable football team of competing at this level, I'm not going to pick them because, I mean, the Broncos look like a legit team when they're hitting on all cylinders, and this Jets team just doesn't seem to have it this year. So I'm going to go ahead and say Broncos are going to move on to 4-2, while the Jets are going to fall to 0-6.
wow. I'm thinking close to the same. The only thing is that since it's in London, it feels like a wacky game, and those London games really come out the woodwork to become some wacky games. So I wouldn't count out the Jets. I would not count them out.
Yeah, but it's also the Jets, so.
That's true. We go to our 1 o'clocks.
Browns
Arizona
Steelers. Oh, never mind.
I was going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. Let's start with the Browns Steelers, though. I like that one. Let's start with the Browns Steelers AFC North matchup in Pittsburgh. This one Pittsburgh fan I sit next to says they're losing every week, and he says they're losing this week as well. I'm just going to say this right now. I got the Steelers in this game. I think Dylan Gabriel Dylan Gabriel had a good – can we agree that he had a good week against the Vikings, especially for a Browns offense? He looked pretty good, but I think this is kind of the first – he played the Vikings defense, which has actually been pretty good this year, but I think the Steelers I was about to say at Heinz Field, at Acrisure. I think this will go in favor of Steelers, and I think Mike Tomlin's hot start will continue.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing against Mike Tomlin, so it's never a good idea to bet against him, especially in a divisional game like this. You said Dylan Gabriel did have a good starting game. I mean, they almost won for crying out loud, but yeah, Browns defense is also good, so I'm interested to see how they play against Aaron Rodgers, how he plays against them, because they have a really good defensive line. But I don't know. I don't think this game's completely out of the work for the Browns. I think kind of like the Giants with Cam Scatterby. Quinshon Judkins has been having a great season so far. They're giving him a ton of carries, and he's been producing with it. So I think you're going to see a lot of running the football. And Dylan Gabriel's only really going to pass it when it's necessary. But he's got Njoku, who's a great target for him, Jerry Jeudy to throw the deep ball to. So, yeah, this is going to be one of the better games this weekend for sure. So I'm interested to see what will happen.
I am too. I am going to take the Steelers in this game, like I said. And you can continue our coverage of the next game.
All right. Chargers-Dolphins.
Chargers-Dolphins. Weird enough. I kind of find it weird that the Dolphins are only 3.5-point underdogs.
It is in Miami.
Yeah, but still. It is maybe because it's a 1 o'clock West game. Those are always tough for the Western teams.
The West team, it's early for them.
I still have the Chargers in this one.
I do too.
Especially after losses, the law of averages, as I like to say. I think they'll get a win here. I think this could be the game that Herbie has a big game right here. I think this could be a Herbie game, especially after last week. And he's playing a Dolphins secondary, which has its moments. So I'm going to say this is a Herbie game. I'm going to say this is a cover the spread and a win for the LAC.
We'll see. Next, moving on. Oh, I guess I'll talk briefly, I think the Chargers are going to win. Sorry.
No, you're good. You don't need to talk about it much. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Dolphins. I mean, they don't have Tyreek Hill.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, I will say this, though. This is the last comment I'll make about the Eagles, but when Mike McDaniels gets fired, his phone better immediately be ringing with Howie Roseman's number for that offensive coordinator job because, oh my God, that would be amazing. But yeah, and that team's dead in the water. Jalen Waddle may be a trade target as we get close to the deadline for teams that might want a receiver. We'll see. But yeah, let's move on. Patriots Saints.
Give me the Drake Pats.
Yeah, they had a. I think they're gonna keep going, riding that hot streak.
Although it could be kind of a funny one where like the Saints in the dome is the Saints in the dome. They always make it a fun game. So I think this will still be a fun game. But I'm going to take the Saints to have a little hangover, even though the Patriots had a big win. I'm going to take the Patriots to have a less hangover win this one because they're just a more talented team.
Yeah, I think it comes out of better coaching as well. I think Mike Vrabel will have that team more in check and level-headed coming off of a big win opposed to the Saints, and if that makes any sense. But I think this will be a defensive game. Both defenses are pretty good when they play well, so yeah, I'm going to take the Patriots as well, but we'll see what happens for sure. Moving on. I don't know if this is really much to talk about either, but Rams-Ravens. Rams coming off a loss to the 49ers. Ravens right now look dead in the water. Trading away players. Lamar Jackson's injured, and yeah, it's in Baltimore, but
give me the Ravens. Or not the Ravens, the Rams. Because the Ravens are just so the defense is just so bad. And Puka's Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum. I don't care who they line up. Give me the Rams offense to just explode and kind of do better than this Ravens defense. Like Ravens are becoming one of those teams where I'm like, just wait till Lamar's back and then we can talk about it a little more because I do not like them whatsoever.
Yeah, that's fair. Now moving on to Brooks's game that he wanted to talk about so badly, Cardinals-Colts.
Cardinals-Colts. It was just the first game on my list that I had.
I know. I'm messing with you.
Cardinals this season. They are now currently my hate watch of the year.
Oh, okay.
The Cardinals are, so.
Oh, because they messed up your Survivor. That's right.
Yep. So I'm going to take the Colts. Give me them to blow them out by 2+ touchdowns and Danny Dimes for the win, just because I'm a hater now.
I mean, that probably will happen, but yeah.
And Kyler Murray's also playing, probably injured if he is playing. So
yeah, yeah, I think the Colts are gonna beat them at home. That team still looks pretty good. Jonathan Taylor's having a good season, so but yeah, one of the better. Sorry, I'm yawning. Excuse me. But moving on to one of the better games this weekend, Seahawks Jaguars.
Give me the Jags in this game. I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know this is different than the Chargers because I'm not going to say this, but West Coast 1 o'clock team, but the Jags are actually a good football team, and the offense is clicking. And I think this will be the game of Travis Etienne, who's going to continue a good season. The Jags are going to be that one surprising team, maybe a little more surprising than the Colts, maybe, but two AFC South teams. Remember when AFC South, everyone was saying AFC South was the worst division in football? Mm-hmm. Here we go. Two solid teams at 4-1. I'm going to have both of them win this week.
Yeah, definitely could see the Jaguars winning, especially after that big week against Kansas City. I mean, like I said, that defense is good. Top 3, I'm pretty sure, statistically, and they have the Defensive Player of the Year if the season ended right now. So it's going to be a lot for Sam Darnold and company to deal with. But, I mean, they played pretty good against the Buccaneers last week, and outside of that game and the 49ers game, I mean, they've been playing really, from moments in those games, I mean, they've been playing really good football all season. So, I mean, we saw the kind of shootout they had with Baker Mayfield. So, yeah, make Trevor Lawrence throw the ball. He usually throws a pick a game, so we'll see what happens. But I definitely think that'll be a good game for sure. But I also would probably take the Jaguars if I had to choose, just being at home and coming off a huge Monday Night Football win. But we can move on. I don't know if there's much to talk about, but Cowboys-Panthers.
There kind of is, because the Panthers' couple losses have been to some decent teams, and their 2 wins aren't like bad teams. They aren't great teams, but the Dolphins win was pretty solid, and the Falcons win is pretty solid. And I'm gonna have the Cowboys though, just because I think the offense is gonna continue to roll, and I like the offense. The offense or the defense of the Panthers is kind of struggling with dealing with the Dolphins offense. I think the Cowboys offense is continue to do so, and I think the defense of the Cowboys will get like 1 or 2 stops. That's all they need. Because if they can get any stop, that'd be nice. But
Who
give
the
me
Cowboys play last week?
The Cowboys last week, they played the Jets on the road.
That's
and
right.
that game was like out of reach. It was like 37-3 and then it ended like 37-22, I think.
You're right. Yeah, so. Sorry. Yeah, no, we'll see what happens in Carolina. That's a nice point to add. But yeah, like you said, Panthers lose to bad teams or lose to good teams, beat teams closer to their range. So we'll see. Again, like you said, Cowboys number one offense going into this game, but pretty bad defense as well. I know it's bottom 3 if I'm not mistaken. So can they stop Bryce Young? I mean, a few times I'll say this: I didn't watch most of the Jets game or the Jets Cowboys game, and it's the Jets. But when I watched the Cowboys Packers game, it just kind of looked like the Packers offense could kind of do whatever they want. So maybe Bryce Young and company can tap into that sort of rhythm, offensive rhythm. But if not, then yeah, I think the Cowboys will probably run away with a win in that game.
Yeah.
And that is all the 1 o'clock games. Now we move on to the 4 o'clocks. Starting with game of the year right here, Titans Raiders.
Of all the games this year, this is the game that will be front row on my TV. Because this is 2 Titans, no pun intended, going at it on my screen of football. Why do I want to say the Titans?
I would say
kinda
the
wanna
Titans.
I'm going to say this is the game where not like a drive, not like a quarter, but this will be the Cam Ward showcase. Cam Ward gets it done. He makes the plays. Give me the Titans to win this football game in Las Vegas. Roll the dice, baby.
Okay. I probably would agree with you. But let's talk about the Raiders real quick. Is there anything
We'll see how
positive?
Jimmy does.
Yeah, Ashley Genty's a positive. It's probably about it. But yeah.
Trey Tucker.
Yeah, Trey Tucker. I just traded for him in
No positive.
fantasy. So hopefully he gets a lot of targets. But yeah. I do think the Titans win. They have a good defense, kind of like what we were talking about. The Raiders just have bad, and Geno Smith, not good. So
Yeah, check it out, buddy. Time to retire.
yeah, let's move on. 49ers Buccaneers, 2 4-1s in the NFC going at it.
Give me the Niners in this game.
Really?
I'm going to take the Niners in this game. I still think the Bucs are 1-score merchants.
Okay.
And Mac Jones will be playing undefeated as a starter, the GOAT. Of course, Christian McCaffrey is going to be all over the field. I think that will help. And then ultimately, I like how Mac Jones has been playing and how Shanahan deals with the quarterback situation. Give me the 49ers. And I think the spread should be a little higher in favor of the Bucs. But give me the Niners in this game.
Yeah, I like the Buccaneers still. I think their offense is a little more prolific than the 49ers. It's more explosive, takes those deeper, it can take those like one-play touchdowns more often, or can complete them, I guess. Emeka Buka is, I would assume, is the favorite for Offensive Rookie of the Year as of right now.
Yeah.
So when you have a guy who's playing like that, and then you got I don't even think Mike Evans is playing. So you got Chris Godwin.
No Chris Godwin either.
But you don't even have Bucky Irving, and Rashad White's still
No
pretty good as well.
Godwin,
so.
no Evans, no Bucky Irving.
Yeah. So and I still think they're going to be able to do just fine. So I like the Buccaneers at home. Defense is good as well. So yeah, I think they get it done. But
I agree.
here's another really good game for the weekend: Bengals Packers.
Bengals, Packers.
And
Let's see how Flacco does.
I mean, yeah, if you haven't heard, that Bengals have a new quarterback, so it's kind of exciting, I guess.
Give me the Bengals to cover the spread. I think it's just two touchdown plus is just too high in my opinion. And I think Flacco is, God, no offense, Jake Browning, but I think Flacco is a much better option at quarterback. I think he's going to make the throws they need to, and they have star power everywhere but the offensive line, but they need to get the ball out quick. And I trust Flacco to do so. So give me them to cover the spread. I'll say that.
Okay. Yeah. I don't hate that. Packers they're coming off their bye week, so they should be very ready for this game, if you ask me, especially after your last outing was a tie against the Cowboys. So, yeah, let's see what you can do. I mean, start of the season, this was the best team in the NFC, and now they have a chance to prove that they are. So, let's see what happens. I think it'll be just as you said it would be. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how Joe Flacco performs with his new team, if he can jump out to a hot start and kind of get the Bengals to stay on track at least to make the playoffs for when Joe Burrow comes back. Because like you said last week or the week before, this AFC, NFL really as a whole is kind of wide open for any team for the most part, except for a handful of bad teams. So yeah, we'll see what the Bengals and Joe Flacco can do. Zach Taylor, taking a big swing, I guess, with this. So, but we can move on to Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football on NBC.
Going to Kansas City.
Kansas City and the Lions are on TV.
That's right.
I like Detroit.
Chris Collinsworth's going to get to call a Patrick Mahomes game.
Hey, Jack, it's a fact. Patrick Mahomes is back in town. Here's a guy on TV. He's a clown.
The over is 52.5 for this game.
That's a lot of points on the board right there. But I like the Lions. I don't know how much I like the Lions, but I like the Lions in this game. But Arrowhead is always Arrowhead, and it's tough to play at Arrowhead. Chiefs are only 1-1 at home, and they're one win being the Ravens. There we go. So there's that. Their one loss, of course, being the Eagles. That 2017-4-25 on week 2. But I'm gonna take the Lions a little bit here. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
they're out Terry Arnold, so
I'm taking the Lions. I mean, we've seen what the Chiefs kind of do against good defenses this season. They kind of just play to that level, at least up from their offensive standpoint. We know their defense is good, but yeah, I mean, I think the Lions they probably have the best offense in the league right now, and they're on fire. And if there's ever a team that doesn't matter where they're playing, if the stadium noise doesn't affect them, it's going to be this Lions team. So I think they get it done as well. The Chiefs are going to fall to 2-4, which is going to be something we're going to maybe be talking about next episode. But is there anything you would like to add from before we jump into it?
Yes. We'll be covering the Monday Night Football games before. What I want to say is that Monday night, because it happened to me recently, I had 2 tickets, student tickets, to go to that game, and I got scammed of them because the Falcons dropped them. They were $50 a pop. I was buying them. I was loading up my card. I had enough money. I put it down, and they're like, your card can't process. And then I refreshed it, and then it was like, all tickets are sold out. I'm like, great. So it sold in 25 seconds. So nice. I tried my best. But yeah, so that sucks. I was supposed to be there, but
Falcons Bills. I mean, it probably would have been fun to be there.
Yeah, $50 to watch Josh Allen and the boys dominate my team.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not much of a cuck, but damn, like
at least the food's cheap.
Yeah, the food's the cheapest in the NFL.
Exactly.
So, thank you, Arthur Blank. But let's get to the favorite segment ever invented. But like, there's an intro to it. Baron, do you want to do the intro?
No.
What do you think will happen first? Me drink or you do the intro?
Probably the first.
Me drink? Oh. We are back to Dog of the Day. Brought to you by no one. Baron, give us an update on your score. Maybe you remember my score. Maybe you don't.
But all I know is I have 8.5.
You have 8.5. You got a big win from the Pats Bills, which is the one I wanted to take, but you went first, which was horse, man. It was horse. And then I have 6.5. Yes, I have 6.5. I got the 3 points from the Chiefs Ravens, and I got the 3.5 from the Commanders beating the Chargers last week. The first time all year we can say we both won our dog of the days.
Mm-hmm.
But this week we go on the dog of the day. I am down, I guess, 1.5 then. 2
Mm-hmm.
points.
That's
I'm
right.
down 2 points. I'm down 2 points. And we use ESPN for our spreads.
Mm-hmm.
How it works, basically, we pick an underdog. If they win, we get their points. So, Baron, since I'm losing, I get to go first.
That's right.
I will tell you my mentality. Part of me just wanted to pick the Bengals to win, because if that just hits, I'm in Jesus land. You know, I'm there. That was my third choice. My second choice was My second choice was, why not pick a team out in London? Because it's a crazy environment, you know? Do your thing. Just do it. But my first choice, my heart, is to go where 12-2 record in prime time. Give me the Lions and Dan Campbell to get the job done in Kansas City. 12-2 on prime time for Dan Campbell. He steps up when the lights are bright. And the Chiefs, to me, just aren't fully there yet. And the Lions are boom, boom, boom on offense, and I think they continue to roll. And they'll do exactly what they did the previous season when they beat the Chiefs on Monday night or Thursday Night Football to open the season in a primetime game. They'll do the same here. They'll win in primetime Sunday night. 2.5 spread plus 2.5. The Lions walk out of Arrowhead with a good 5-1 record and 5-game win streak.
Okay. Interesting choice.
Interesting. You would have picked that if I didn't pick it.
No, I wouldn't. Are you kidding me? I don't know why, but I mean, you're making me cheer for the Chiefs this weekend, so that's crazy. But there's 2 games I was looking at. Thankfully, you did not take him. And I really, really wanted to take the Browns, right? Dylan Gabriel to fight, keep that streak going against, in my opinion, a fractured and beat up Steelers defense. That's not all that. Has their moments, but 60-minute total is not all that. But I decided,
Here come the Panthers, baby.
But no, I really was like, even with that Browns defense, that's going to have Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin in hell all day. I just couldn't go with the rookie to beat them. So I'm going to go with the vet. I'm going with Joe Flacco to get his second win on the Packers this season. Give me the 14.5.
Wow, so
Bengals
we
are
were
beating the
both kind of
Packers.
thinking about it, but you went with it.
Yeah.
Was that your first choice?
Yeah, it was.
Wow, so you're going big guns. You're going big guns here. Any explanation other than that? What do you think how this can go?
I mean, this is just, to me, this looks like a game where you got a veteran guy who's stepping in. That's going to be a revitalized sort of offense. You're going to see a lot of different sort of plays that that Packers defense isn't going to be ready for. We saw how they handled the Lions offense. Granted, they're the best in the league, but I don't know. I thought that they would play a lot better against that Cowboys offense, and they didn't. So it gives me hope to think that the Bengals can do so. And you look at the Packers offense, Jordan Love probably should have beat the worst defense in the league when it was in front of you instead of tying with them. So I don't have a ton of confidence in him or Matt LaFleur going into this season. They can prove me wrong. We'll see what happens. But for now, I'm going to take that swing. And I think this is going to be like you said, the Joe Flacco coming out party, and it's going to be fun.
There you go. So I'm going with a 2.5. If that hits, I will be sitting at nice 9 points. And then if you hit 14.5 on 8.5, you'll be at 23 points. So there you go. Well, anything you want to add until we sign off here?
Nope.
That'll be another episode of Nothing agreed. Thank y'all for listening. Who's y'all's dog of the day? We always want to hear it. Thank you for listening, and